What's up, everybody? We are back again for another hot fire episode of Bar for Bar with Izzy Baker. I hope everybody's doing good. I like my shirt. It's summertime. It's summertime. Why not? It's hot outside, and especially in Houston, it's gonna be hot for a minute. It started being hot in what March, and then it's late March. This year, usually in Houston, it always starts like around really February. But late February this year, we kind of got a late start. It was like after spring break where really the weather really broke. But it's been hot ever since, and it's gonna be hot to a good probably November. So we just keeping that in mind. As always, you all with today's tracks. Just to let y'all know, I do not own any of the rights to these songs. We just here to laugh at them and not laugh at them, but dissect them, see what we listening to, see if we putting a spell on ourselves and don't even realize it. And another point of inspiration for this show, think about what's that show on Scooby Doo? Which movie was that? It was one of my favorite movies, Scooby Doo movies, and it was I can't remember. I think it was Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. And I remember they was singing, them girls, they were singing I'm a Hex Girl. So see, you gotta watch what you're singing, because even if it sound good, I mean, as far as the music wise, you could be putting a chant on yourself. You never know. As always, y'all, we gotta break out the shoe cam. So for today, to go along with this nice Tommy Hilfiger thrift find, I got me some all yellow boy Cortezes. These mugs go nuts. And I'm gonna give me some pics today. And I'm gonna tag y'all because I know y'all like that. But all right, so today I've been doing a lot of rambling. So let's go ahead and get to today's episode. Today it's an interesting one because no one would ever do this mix. No one would ever think about these two. But I did. And today we're going off of two legendary groups because one of them is still current, but I do believe that they're legends in their respective field, the rap game. And we're going over Destiny's Child and we're going over the Migos. Okay, so you're probably thinking, how is that going to work? Well, I'm glad you asked, Tim, because I'm about to show you. So first, let's talk about who is Destiny's Child. So Destiny's Child or DC3, is a legendary band from Houston, Texas. All right. Now they started off as a girl group, and then turned into a young adult singing group. The original lineup of the group consisted of obviously Beyonce, Knowles, and Kelly Rowland. But for those that don't know, they actually had two members of Latavia Robertson and Latoya Luckett. And I think y'all know Latoya Luckett has, had a good solo career as well. Then eventually the group replaced Latavia and Latoya with Farrah Franklin and Michelle Williams. And then eventually Farrah departed from the group. And then the foursome became a trio. The group disbanded in 2005, but comes together every so often to perform, even though they are all pursuing solo endeavors. Now, let's move on to Versace's Finest. And I say Versace's Finest because, their first hit was Versace. The first one they really got them on. And I ordered some shorts from Shein, and I said, they not Versace because they coming from Shein, but they give me Versace print vibes, and I'm going to be out here big boy stunting with them on. But anyway, so the Migos is a current rap group from the ATL and was founded in 2008. But it wasn't until 2013, as I stated, where they had their breakout hit Versace. Although this isn't that type of podcast, let me just throw in there and add. Remember, y'all, it takes one thing to make you an overnight success. So they were founded in '08. They didn't get on until 2013. So if you ain't on yet, just know you ain't had your breakout hit yet. Whatever you doing, not necessarily just even music. So the group consists of lead rapper Quavo, followed by Offset, and closing the rear Takeoff. So now this group is still one of the hottest rap groups, even though they are known for mumble rap. And honestly, and I'm not the biggest music buff, but I can say I think that if we was to do a top 5 rap groups of all time, they probably would be in it. I could argue that. They may wouldn't be number one, but they would definitely be in it, if not top 5 for sure, top 10. So now both groups have countless hits and awards, and today we're going to do a bar breakdown of the band's two infamous hits, Destiny's Child, Independent Women Part 1, and the Migos, Bad and Boujee. All right, so before we get on, let's raise the bar. Let's give a shout out to, I want to give a shout out to my cousin, Amarian Futura, another hot rapper. Okay. Clearly, my dad's side of the family got all the music all the music skills because he's a rapper, y'all. His music is actually good. He's young. He's a lot younger than me, but still, I like to see that, and I love to see his work. I'm actually going to be partnering with him soon to do something with just getting him more exposure. So that's good. He's got several reposts. He got several his songs. He got a few mixtapes, and he doing it. And he's straight out of St. Louis. So big shout out to you, American Fruit Trail. Keep doing what you're doing. We love it here. All right, so now let's get into the compare and contrast, as we always do. And I know y'all love this because this is where the bread and butter come in. So first, compare. Easy. They're both black musical groups from the South. Migos being from ATL, Destiny's Child being from Houston. Both groups have dropped albums separately and then got back together as a group. I think this is a good key point to highlight with these two because not too many people can do that. A lot of times when groups disband, that's it. You know what I mean? They say we're gonna come back, but it never really works. So it's good to see that they can all drop solo projects, not get jealous, and even if they did get jealous, you would know it, and then they come back as one and kill the game. Both the Migos and Destiny's Child then, were known for fashion. Now, although a lot of stuff that Destiny's Child used to be wearing used to be look like curtains and pillowcases that they turned into jeggings and dresses and joggers, and well, they weren't wearing joggers then, but they all were still setting trends for their respective eras. Because that was the 2000s. So a lot of that stuff, it was like, oh, what they say in what movie was that? The Mean Girls, they were like Fetch. It was Fetch. And they were setting trends, definitely. Amigos, they had their own clothing line. They have their own, and then the Destiny's Child, I think it was really Beyonce Mama, the House of Darion, but still, like, the Migos, they got their own line. They be fly. They had their own unique way of dressing, and they all coordinate. Even if they don't match. They coordinate, with each other, whether it be on the red carpet, whether it be on the performance. So they both known for fashion, and can't nobody take that away from them. And I'm not trying to. And then the last comparison, both have hidden gems. So I'm gonna go more in depth about this later, but let's keep it like this. Destiny's Child was an established group before Michelle Williams came. However, with her being in a group, they became legends. Some people may argue, well, they was gonna become legends anyway, but we can't prove that. But they became one when she was in it. And I say this because people always try to downplay Michelle and discredit her. But y'all heard her on Survivor, and many of the songs she was on, where it was like, even if it was 10 words, it got you the livest. And they did it on purpose. So, especially in Survivor, if you hear her verse in Survivor and you going through something, you gonna lose it. You gonna think you at church. You gonna be shouting and laying all in the floor. You gonna lose, especially if you just got over something. You a survivor for real. And then we look at the Migos with Takeoff. People try to downplay Takeoff. They was like, he was left off bad and Boujee, which is funny because we are going over that song today. But still, my thing is, his album was dope. His solo album was good. And he got some hard lines in there and on the songs that he's on. So I can't say, and would Migos be the same if it was for Takeoff? It was Quavo, Offset, and whoever else they tried to fill in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would be, but it is what it is. Okay, y'all. So now finally, let's get into the bar breakdown. And ladies first. So we're gonna start with Destiny's Child, Independent Woman, Part 1. Now, where was I when I first heard this song? Now, I was probably watching it on TV. I used to be obsessed with music videos as a kid, and they had all those. They don't really have it no more, probably because of like YouTube and stuff now. But I remember watching BET, MTV, VH1. They just had the videos they play all day long, and I remember seeing it probably on 106 in Park. It sure was on TRL, and I remember when I was thinking, like, when I heard the song, I was with, I think, one of my friends, and he was like, "Dang, Destiny Child had another cut," because they were known for getting new members, and then it was from that point. I think it was when they had been established as a trio. So then it was like, dang, now they made another addition or another subtraction or another change basically, and then it was just them three. And then little did they know that's what really took them to the next level. So let's get into the first breakdown. All right. So the lyrics read: Question: Tell me what you think about me. I buy my own diamonds and I buy my own rings. Only ring your selling when I'm feeling lonely. When it's all over, please get up and leave. Okay, so she buy her own diamonds, she buy her own rings. Kudos to you, independent woman. And then she said, I only ring your selling when I'm feeling lonely. And then when it's all over, please get up and leave. Now, this is when they was a little younger. And they was talking more coded. But I mean, if we decode that, it's clear she's inferring that they had sex and said that when it's all over, please get up and leave. So in one way we look at it, it's like, okay, so is it like gender reversal here? It's like the gender norms are being switched almost, because she kind of implying like she the dude, she buy everything, she call you when she lonely, as men do with women. That's the stereotype. And then saying when it's over, all right, you can go. I'll bet you didn't catch that the first time. Let's keep going. Question: Tell me how you feel about this. Trying to control me. Will you get dismissed? Pay my own car note and I pay my own bills. Always 50-50 in relationships. All right, so I mean, I guess songs are gonna always semi contradict themselves, because how are you 50-50 in relationship if you pay all your own money, you pay all your own bills? Or maybe she's saying that when I get in one, we're gonna be 50-50, but right now I'm independent, I pay all my own stuff. And I get it. She's saying you know, I don't need a man and I'm just me. And I don't think that this is a male bashing song, but in the same breath, it's just kind of like, you just, you ever heard the phrase when they be like somebody just talking? Like, you just talking. Because a lot of times, and maybe this ain't the show for that, but I'm going to say it anyway. A lot of times when people act like that and put up these fronts, them be the ones who really want what they say they don't want the most. Don't let that go over your head. Let's get to the second breakdown. All right. The shoes on my feet, I bought them. The clothes I wear in, I bought them. The rock I'm rocking, I bought them. Because I depend on me if I want it. The watch I'm wearing, I bought it. The house I live in, I bought it. The car I'm driving, I bought it. I depend on me. I depend on me. Okay, so again, just more reassurance that they pay for everything, or she, I mean, it's a group singing, but I can infer, English teacher word, that maybe it's three people singing, or technically four, whatever, but they singing as if they one person. So I guess the storyline of the song is saying that, everything I got, I owned it, I bought it, nobody bought it for me, and that's good to celebrate that. But I will say this too: you can celebrate your success without bringing somebody else down. And then that's when somebody may say, well, are they bringing somebody else down? Are they trying to bring men down? Or maybe that's just, I don't think that was the intention behind the song. But then again, I don't know. This was made, what, 20 years ago? At least 20, right? Yeah, at least 20. So, you know, all right. Let's move to the third breakdown of this song. All the women who independent, throw your hands up at me. All the honeys who making money, throw your hands up at me. All the mamas who profit dollars, throw your hands up at me. All the ladies who truly feel me, throw your hands up at me. And then that's when they was sitting in their chair and they was doing like this. So they was looking like the man in front of the car dealership places, the wacky waving the arm flated too man like this. That's how they was looking at that song. But we can't deny it wasn't a hit. It spent weeks. I think it was still one of they top rated songs, or top downloaded, or whatever. Not downloaded, but you know what I mean. It was one of their top songs. Definitely, I think in their top 5 in history of all of Destiny's Child. So hey, can't knock it. I mean, it's a great song. Played it everywhere. They'll still play it for a throwback. So shout out to y'all. All right, so let's now move on to Migos' Bad and Boujee featuring Lil Uzi Vert. All right, so where was I when I first heard this song? I was definitely in college. I remember vividly. It was 2016. It was my last semester in college. It was fall 2016. It was my last semester, and I was at a friend's house. Never heard the song. Heard the song and seen the video at the same time. And then I'm like, I'm listening. I'm like, okay. And then obviously became the hit that it became. And then a few months later, the Migos actually came to my college to perform. Not just this song, but they had a concert, so that was cool. And yeah, the video, I liked the video. I liked the whole aesthetic of it. It was like simple. It was to me, it was how you say this, it was perfect for them because it was like it was ghetto, but it had like bougie elements. And I liked it. It was simple and it was effective. All right. So now let's go into the first breakdown. All right. Offset, woo, 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 woo. Rackets on rackets, got backends on backends. I'm riding around in my coupe. I take your freight from you. I'm a dog roof. Beat the whole walls loose. Hop in the frog, woo. I tell it to come comfort me. I swear these niggas is under me. Okay. So right there, we can see that there's a difference from this song and independent women because if we break down the theme, we can see the theme of both songs is basically highlighting the independent women, one from the woman's point of view, and then this one from the man point of view, because he's saying she bad and bougie. And basically he talking about, the Migos, the thing with their lines is and their raps is it's not necessarily a story, but in a sense it's still some hard lyrics, and then it's of course they beats go crazy, right? So if we break down this part, it's kind of like on lies all over the place. But that's why we love the Migos, because it's all over the place. So let's continue. They hate the devil, keep jumping me. Bankrolls on keep me a company. We did the most, yeah. Pull up and ghost, yeah. My diamond's a choker, glah. Holding the fire with no holster. Rick the ruler, diamonds cooler. That's a rolling, not a mule. Dabbing on them like the usual. Dab. Magic with the brick do voodoo. Courtside with a bag. Then I send it through Uber. All right, so basically, he basically saying now, like, highlighting his life, in case y'all didn't know, with words like magic with the brick do voodoo. So the brick is typically money or, the drugs. And he's saying he magic with it. So he code with it like, getting the money or, selling them bricks like they need to, which is the drugs. And when they say courtside with a bad, he's on the court side with a woman that's beautiful. And that, then he's saying after the night, I guess he take a court side, he winding down a court side and then send her home through the Uber. I'm guessing in similar fashion to Destiny's Child, like when it's all over, please get up and leave. It's kind of the same thing. So when it's over, he sent her out, and then Destiny's Child and them, they was telling the man, all right, you get up and leave. All right. And then they said bank rolls on keep me on company and pull up in ghosts, pull up in nice cars. They stay with money and diamonds on me a choker. Yes, that's me today. No, I'm just playing. But even with them, we know they're known for jewelry, all that good stuff. So let's continue. Pour four, I'm dropping muddy. Outer space kid Cuddy. Introduce me to your girl as wife, and we know she's slutting. Broke a brick down, nutted buddy, now the nigga ducking. Don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco, bad and bougie. All right, so now this is Lil Uzi Vert's part of the song, where he was doing like this in the video. We remember that, and basically, it's, again, another kind of like that. No, I'm not gonna say mumble rap, but that whole I'm just having a bunch of hard lines, and some of it add up, and some of it don't. But I like when it says, broke a brick down, nutty buddy, now the nigga ducking. Don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco bad and bougie. So I guess he's saying his gun, in this case, because the Draco was a gun, in case y'all didn't know, in 2022. And if he's saying the gun is bad and bougie, I guess he's saying like, if we make the comparison of saying like, okay, it's not a woman, so it's not beautiful and bougie, but maybe he's saying it's like as bad and bougie as you won't see it coming. Maybe that's what it means. No, Lil Uzi, hit us up. I'm always hanging with shooters. Might be posted somewhere secluded. Still playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo Ratatouille. Running with Sack. Call me Booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. How about the suicide with the Uzi? Pew, pew, pew. Now I lied because this is not Lil Uzi's part, but this is Quavo's part, and that was confirmed. Now I liked how when they said he always hanging with shooters, might be posted somewhere secluded. Okay, so he might hang with the shooters, and then and then in the parentheses it say private if it's secluded. If you don't know what secluded means. And then it says, still playing with pots and pans, call me Quavo Ratatouille. So basically, that was a reference to the movie Ratatouille with the rat that was cooking, playing with pots and pans. He cooking it up. What you think he cooking up? Because he ain't talking about food. The drugs. Did you know that? Yeah, I will hope, but that's why we here. He said, when I'm on stage, show me boobies, ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Hop out the suicide with the Uzi. And then I guess that's the reference. That could be a double meaning to Lil Uzi who's in the song and then the actual gun with the pew, pew, pew sound. Shout out to 21 Savage for doing a pew, pew sound back in 2016 because now it made it. It's a staple. I pull up, I hop out with all the drugs and the good luck. That's the drugs he was cooking up like Ratatouille. I'm cooking, I'm whipping into a rock lighted lockup. I gave her 10 racks. I told her to go shopping and spend it all at the pop up. Okay, so Atlanta is known for pop up shops. Houston now is too. This came out in 2016, so basically they was just saying like, oh, you can take these racks, go spend it at the pop up shop, unless she has her own stuff at her own pop up shop, or she going to somebody else's and spending it because that's sometimes we be getting the best clothes and best desserts and businesses and things. So there it is. All right, so let's move to the third breakdown, and this is the chorus of the song. Raindrop, drop top, smoking on cooking a hot box, effing on your girl, she a thought, cooking up dope in a crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. So okay. Nice hot rhymes again talking about the drop top vehicle. We have another reference to cars, another reference to drugs. Third line is a reference to a beautiful girl, or maybe not a beautiful girl, but the girl he took. It said, "Effing on your girl, she a thought." So I guess you're letting people know, hey, your girl ain't your girl choosing. I got her. She ain't what you thought she was. And then of course cooking up dope in the crock pot. It says, then we came from nothing. So basically saying that they had humble beginnings. And now look at them now, which is another sign. If you have your business or whatever is starting off small, give it time because it's going to blow. I'm even talking to myself. Then it says, I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger, call it the gang and they come and get you. Cry me a river, get you a tissue. My girl bad and bougie, cooking up dope with an Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. Again, another. It's funny how they say it in so many different ways, but they keep talking about drugs, a girl, a car, a gun. Drugs, a girl, a car, a gun. They've said this in so many different ways, but they talking about the same thing. My girl bad and bougie, cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. All right, so that's the bar breakdown for the day. Now, let's get into my elaboration of Michelle and Takeoff. All right, because again, I kind of stated earlier, but if we break it down even more, Michelle had a solo album that did well. It was gospel. Takeoff had a solo album that did well. They are the secret weapons in a sense to their groups. As I stated, would Destiny Child be where they were? Where they were? Would Migos be where they are now? Something to think about. And even with them two as well, like Cater to You was made because of Michelle. She had the best line in that song. Takeoff had the best and T-shirt. And several other songs. So Michelle did good in several other songs as well, but I'm just saying. And with these two, again, y'all, they are how I want to say this. They lit. And sure, they lit. Like if it was not for them, these groups wouldn't be where they are. All right. So let's get into any closing remarks. So first of all, my question to y'all is, who y'all got? Would you pick Migos or would you pick Destiny's Child? And then I want to say, as we close off today, just because you're in a group project or you're in a group, don't mean that you're not, how you say, I want to say this to anybody who's doing, I said group project, but it's funny, teacher mode never turned off. A group project, or you're in a singing group, a rap group, podcast group, don't feel as though, they're going to be people, because some people aren't the main attractions. But just because you're not the main attraction in that organization or whatever it is, don't mean that you're not needed. And that's the thing. Also, what I want to say with this episode and seeing it too, and comparing those two, just because they're not the main attractions of the group doesn't mean that they're not needed. And that's even in the job too. Just because everybody ain't always praising you or you don't always have the spotlight, don't mean that you're not the center of attention. All right, y'all. So that's it for today. Thank you for this fun bar for bar breakdown with me, Izzy Baker. And as always, no matter how many steps we got, we're going to keep on climbing. Peace. Over there, listen, I want to say thanks for watching the Polaris Network on YouTube. For exclusive shows and premium content, subscribe to the Polaris Network on YouTube right now.